In this video, I'm diving into the super popular icicle nails trend that's been taking over. I've seen this everywhere and I had to ask myself, can I actually DIY this as a beginner? Trust me, you want to see how these nails turn out. I started with my pinky nail because I genuinely didn't know what I was doing or how it would turn out. I also used a thicker nail glue. I heard that was better, and then I used a wooden cuticle pusher to do the effect. After curing the nail glue, I removed the plastic wrap, and honestly, I still am shocked at how well it turned out. I then repeated that process on the rest of my nails, where I put glue inside the nail, pushed it, smudged it around with my wooden cuticle pusher, and then covered it with the plastic cling wrap before I cured. In hindsight, I should have been a little bit more careful with the nail glue touching the tip of my finger, but I will show you how I address that in just a moment. It might feel really hard to take off the plastic wrap, like it might feel really sticky, but trust me, you can really pull off that plastic wrap and not worry about messing up the effect. I can't get over how good the effect looks even without the nail art. This is how I addressed any overflow of glue. I used my cuticle cutters to trim around the nail where excess glue might have spilled out and around my fingertip to make it more comfortable. In every tutorial that I watched before doing this, they used a blue jelly polish, which I don't have. So I created my own using blue polish and some top coat. I just mixed a little bit of blue polish into the top coat to get that jelly look and use that instead. The jelly polish hack worked so well. Honestly, with this hack, you can make any color a jelly. Also, I am not using expensive gel polishes. Everything I am using, I got off of Shein or Amazon. Again, I'm a beginner, so I'm buying beginner products. Someday, yes, I hope to have a really nice product, but all of this is from Shein and Amazon. I then used white polish to create the frosted effect. I only brought the polish up to the tip of my finger, but I was also being aware that I knew I would have to do 2 layers of this white polish because it's not that opaque or as opaque as I like it to be. So I brought it up to the tip of my fingernail for the first layer, and then I'll show you what I did for the second layer in a moment. I would definitely say one of my biggest challenges as a brand new beginner nail art enthusiast is not getting the gel polish on my skin. I have heard a lot of horror stories of people who got contact dermatitis, so I'm always trying to do my best not to get on my skin, and if I do, I use a cleanup brush with some acetone to wipe away any gel that may get on my skin before I cure it. If you are a DIYer, tell me what your biggest challenge is, and let's connect in the comments. As you can see, I used a makeup sponge to create the frosted ombre effect. I just tapped very, very, very lightly at the edge of the white polish. Again, knowing I'm going to do a second layer that's going to be just below that ombre. What do you think of the nails so far? Not going to lie, at this point, I was feeling pretty pleased with myself. Now I'm starting my second layer of the white polish, and as you can see, I'm not coming up as high as I did with the first layer. This just creates a stronger ombre effect. Watching this back, I'm actually wondering if one layer of the white polish would have created a more realistic effect. I'm not sure. What do you think? Would you have kept it at 1 layer or gone for 2? Now I'm using my makeup sponge to blend the second layer of white polish in with the first, trying to make it look natural. I'm doing that by not bringing up the second layer too high. I'm trying to keep it low, again, being so gentle and like with the softest touch with the sponge. I found that if I pressed too hard with the sponge, it just didn't look right or created this weird line almost. At this point, I was really proud of my nails and I wasn't about to mess them up by drawing a wonky snowflake on them. So I used some of the snowflake stickers that I got off of Shein and applied those instead. Again, just to add to that icicle look. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I'd recommend these stickers. They didn't stick very well. So I'm actually not going to link them in the description for that reason. I use a silicone nail tool to smooth out my stickers. However, you could just easily use your finger if you don't have one. While these stickers weren't very sticky, they were really pretty. I absolutely recommend and encourage using nail stickers when you're doing different types of nail art and you're really satisfied with one part, but like me, don't want to mess up the other part. Like I didn't want to ruin my beautiful icicle effect with some messy hand-painted snowflakes, which is probably what would have happened. I only used 1 or 2 snowflakes per nail, and if I was using 2, I varied the size. This is so that it looked pretty and not crowded on my nail. By the time I got to my top coat layer, the stickers were really starting to peel off, so I was trying to rub them back on while also getting the top coat on as fast as I could, and then they still were starting to lift a little bit, so some of them went into the nail lamp a little lifted. I cannot believe the icicle trend was actually beginner and DIY friendly. Let me know what you think of them in the comments and subscribe if you haven't already. See you next video.